Hello, my name is Kimberly Hilton, and today I want to share with you a couple little painting tips that I have for you to use with your outdoor plein air box. This is a Pochade box. So now you just open the box, open your lid here, get out your palette. These little 12-pound pan palettes fit this very nice. I think it's better if you turn it like this, that way the little flat, you can either put it like that, you can use it like that, and everything's sturdy. I have a little shot glass, stainless steel shot glass that you could use, and you could just set that up right there, and make sure you have it extended really tight so that it doesn't collapse on you, because I've had that happen to me before. So this is not ideal for me because I didn't really like that, but if you're careful, you could paint with this, and that gives you kind of a lot of water, and that does fit inside your pocket box. And then I have a couple different paint travel brushes. This one I made, if you haven't seen the video, I made a video on how to cut a paintbrush to size so you can have a little travel brush that will fit in your kit. And this is a Prismacolor color erase blue pencil that's good. It's a non-photo pencil, so if you draw on your paper and then take a photograph, it won't show through. I don't usually bring this. I usually pre-tape my paper, but this is artist tape. You could use masking tape, but sometimes I have found that when you have left masking tape on your painting too long, that when you go to remove it, some of the adhesive stays on the paper. And I've had to cut my pretty white border off of a sunflower painting one day, and so I decided to quit using masking tape if I can. And but this one says it's residue free and it removes really easy. I like it. I've not had a problem with it yet, so until I do, I'll probably be using this one. And I got that on Amazon. I have no affiliate links, so I won't get anything if you go order that. And this little palette here, I also bought that on Amazon, and it was cheap. And I took out the little those little trays that hold the paint pans in, and I customized this with paints that I like to use, and I have half and full pans in here, and it holds quite a few that way, and it's a little lighter weight as well. So this is a little panel that I made with watercolor paper on a piece of I think it was thin chipboard, and I made it, this is 5x7, so it fits in here just the same as the pre-bought. This is a crescent watercolor board that I pre-bought, and I haven't used it yet, but I wanted to see how it works, so you can put one of those in there. And I like to face it backwards, so if any paint gets on it, it'll be on the back. But on this little board, I made it a double board. So on the other side, I have another watercolor painting that I was working on yesterday, and I was outside filming some of this for this video, and the hummingbird kept coming to the feeder, and the sun was hitting its throat and it was lighting up, so I had to try to catch it. And I stood out there for probably an hour painting, just to catch this little hummingbird, which he's here right now. if you can hear that humming sound. He's so beautiful. But he won't sit still long enough to paint, so I had to try to get this little sketch in as quick as I could, and I was getting hot, so I had to stop. The sun was coming out. But so anyway, I did this yesterday, and I can finish it up later at the right time. And when you're done, you can just see this. When you're done, you can just close your box, close everything up. Make sure you unscrew that. And then it's protected in here. Oh, and here is another way that I accessorize this little box. Let me show you, because I thought this was really cool. Now, I'm not sponsored by the Guerrilla Painter Company. I have no contact with them. I bought this myself, but this box is kind of new to me, but I always like to change and accessorize things. I always try to think of new ways to do things better. And so I made this little board so that I can fit it on that little tray so I can have a bigger surface to paint on. So this one is about 8 by 6. So if I want to paint an 8 by 6 painting, I can tape that to this board or clip it to this board. And this is just a piece of chipboard. It's the same kind of board that I have that little watercolor painting attached to. So I could just have that one's 5 by 7 and this one is 6 by 8. So instead of buying the 6 by 8 Thumbox that is more expensive and has a hole in the bottom, which I didn't want the hole in the bottom, was the reason why I didn't go with the Thumbox. I'll show you a way that you can close that hole if you have one and want to close your hole and still leave it usable. So I'll tell you about that in a second. But this is just a piece of chipboard, or you could use cardboard, and I wrapped it with packing tape. Here's the kind of packing tape that I like to use. It works really good. I'm sure you could use other brands. And I just wrap it in packing tape, and I have videos how I do that kind of stuff with foam core boards. The reason I didn't use foam core boards is because they're a little bit thicker, so they don't fit in the box as well. So, but these work great too. Or you can wrap little pieces of cardboard. This is Velcro dots that I have. I attached it here. And so now I can clip this on here. So if I have a wet painting, I can just put it on the back of my box and just carry the box with the painting there. So, you know, just carefully don't put nothing against it till it dries. But that's one way of doing it. But the reason why I decided to do that was this little screw here scraped my finger the other day because there's some rough edges on it, and I didn't like that, so I wanted to cover that. And I thought, well, why don't I just do this? It's the exact size, so that works, and it serves a functional purpose. And if I want to, I can slide, and I've done this. I can slide extra paper inside here. So that works really well. Now I want to show you a couple different ideas for water pots. So this, if you watch my channel, you've seen me talk about these a lot before because I just love these. These are the detergent cups from laundry detergent, the liquid kind in the big jugs that has the pump bottle. And the kind that these came from was the Tide Sensitive. But I always save these, and I noticed they have tiny little holes, and I decided, you know, I can make my own little water containers, and I can just clip those I made these little hooks out of jewelry wire, like craft wire. So I just put some little hooks there. And this was my first idea for water pots, okay? So, because, you know, it is nice to have a little more water. This one is made with thin jewelry wire that I slipped through, and I just twisted up the thing. So you can put your water in here. This one was made from fishing line, and I like the one with the fishing line better, but both work. The one with fishing line doesn't have the little, you know, thing that might snag you, and also it's more collapsible, so when you put it in your bag, you don't have to try to stuff that wire down in there. So I have two little water pots, and they'll hang level when there's water in them. So you could do that. If you don't want to make these little hooks, you can get those little S hooks at the hardware store if you don't have one. So just untwist your box and twist that down to lock it in place. I attach these magnets to hold my palette, as you've seen, and then you can just pull it out. But I'm going to take this off for right now because I want to show you this little this other little board that I made. These are just plastic cards for scraping when I want to paint various sizes. Here is the little S hook that you can use to attach things to your tripod. If you wanted to, you could hang it from the side there, and then put your little water cup there if you want to, but that's a little more out of the way. I kind of like it hanging from the handle. But I made this one, and the reason why I made this is inside this pocket box, of course, I removed that little wooden piece that was there separating it. But all this hardware in here, I was afraid would scratch up my brushes. And, you know, sometimes we spend a lot of money on our brushes and we don't want them scratched up. So this one is actually cardboard. This isn't chipboard. And I cut it to the size that's inside that box. I wanted it really thin. This came out of a pack of curtains. I covered it with packing tape, just like I did the others. But for this one, I just added a piece of ribbon. Or, not ribbon. I added a piece of ribbon to this before I closed that in, and just covered it with packing tape. That way I'd have a little handle in case it was hard to get out. So now I have that in there. But if I wanted to, this was the original idea. You know how you can, if you have one of these, they sell little extender. They sell little extenders, so you don't have to paint inside the box. You can just have it sitting on the outside of the box. Well, I didn't buy one. I don't even really know how they're made, but I just wanted something that I could sit there if I want to paint outside the box. So this is another painting surface if I want to use it for that. But I haven't. I just leave it inside the box to, you know, protect my expensive painting gear. So that's that. So if you have a Thumbox and you don't like that little hole, I know that they make a little plate or something that you can put inside there that you can buy. But I mean, by the time you buy all the accessories, that adds up to quite a bit of money. I'd rather spend that money on paint or brushes. I'm a little obsessed. But anyway, that is, and I think that looks nice. So that's that. And the way that I painted yesterday, this is how I've used it in the past. Okay. But I want to show you a trick that I discovered yesterday. So they probably make brush holders. I think they make brush holders and they make accessories like wings and stuff that you can put on the side here. But why not make your own? So you'll know I'm not sponsored by Guerrilla Painter because they probably want you to buy their products. I have another little shot glass in there. I just wanted to show you. I don't really use those when I'm painting because of the problem that I had. Now let me put my camera on a tripod. Okay, so now that the camera's on a tripod, I can do things a little easier. So I made this little, I'm going to use it as a brush holder, but you could use it as a water container. You could get 2 of them if you wanted to. But this is just alcohol. It's a square. You don't have to have this. You could use, look in your kitchen and see what you got. You know, before you throw plastic away, see if you can use it for something else. So if you have these little clips here, these little clips, you can just clip it onto the side there, and if that's, you could actually use that to hold a brush if you have 2 of them. But anyway, or you could put it down. If you put it down, it'll be out of your way. But these are really cute, and I was just painting with these attached to the side here. And you can do that. These are yogurt cups, and they normally come with the fruit there on the side, and I just took scissors and cut the side off, and they'll hold flush. And yesterday I had one on front there, and then I had one where the alcohol is. But then after I was painting for a little while, I thought about clipping those 2 together, and that worked too, and having those clipped on there. But then I was like, you know, it would be nice to have a brush holder. That way I'm not laying my brush down inside there and I don't have to worry about it rolling off. So I thought, this might be a little excessive, I don't know. But look here. You can have a water pot for your clean and dirty water, if you want, or you can just use one if that's all you need. A holder for your brush, water, brush, and whatever else you want to keep in there. Like, here's this brush. Here's a little scrap of paper that I saved for like little color swatches, color testing. And you could put your pencil. You could stick a sponge there. You can use it for whatever. And that's just a cool little painting hack. And you know, I've only used it one time, so I'll have to let you know how it holds up. But I just wanted to give you that idea in case you could use it. But if you don't want to have that much stuff hanging off your Pochade box, and this should work for any brand of Pochade box, as long as your clips will fit over the side there. But if you don't want to carry all that and you want everything to fit inside your pocket box, then just these are just little solvent cups. This is the double one. You can buy single or double. You can buy metal. You can buy these little plastic ones. These little plastic ones here I found on Jerry's Artarama, and they have this little clip. You can clip it on your sketchbook, but I've noticed you can also clip that onto that little tray there. If you want, you can close your tray up. That way you don't have as big a profile when you're painting. So, and when you want to paint, you can just store your lids inside the box. And when you want to close things up, you can just close it back, and these will fit inside here with it closed. So that's good if you just want to carry the box and you don't have room for the rest of the stuff. And one more tip. If you want to carry a bigger sketchbook to use with this, because we all like to paint on different sizes. Some like to paint on sketchbooks. Sketchbooks are heavy if you're wanting to pack a lot, so you know that's why I use the panels a lot. But this is, I think it's, I got my ruler out here. So this is a 9.5 by 7.5 piece of cardboard from a pack of curtains. I ordered a lot of curtains one day and I saved all the cardboard. You can actually clip a sketchbook onto this, and this is a kind of big sketchbook. It's the spiral sketchbook, but it's a 9 by 5.5, and this was this is a nice sketchbook, and it's a 100% cotton watercolor paper, and I got this at Cheap Joe's. This is Kilimanjaro. And one thing I found out about their paper is from reading an article on wet canvas. It's rumored that this paper is made by Fabriano. So and if you look on Cheap Joe's, they say that their Kilimanjaro paper, I believe, is made in the same place as Fabriano paper is. So put 2 and 2 together, it's probably Fabriano paper, but if it's not, it's still very nice paper. It's 100% cotton watercolor paper, and I like it. And listen, my sketchbooks are messy. They're not some of the paintings turn out, I like them, but my sketchbooks are for studies. I try to study light effects and different colors, and how different colors are gonna achieve the kind of light effects that I want. When you're ready to go, all you have to do is everything in your box. Take your clips off. These fit down inside each other, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. And then you can just clip these onto there if you want. Did that. Now I have this little plastic tote box for putting my pocket box in, because I thought, you know, that's something that I could just leave in my car when I don't want to pack it. But it's nice to have a plastic tote box to keep your stuff in, because, you know, if it rains, or if you're painting in a kayak or canoe, which I've done, and I did do a little, and I will show a little video for that when I get it together. But it's good to have your stuff in a plastic tote. So if you're in a boat and water gets splashed up on it might, I don't know if it gets turned over, if your stuff will be saved or not, but I'm hoping that it would float on top of the water and I would be able to grab it instead of everything going inside the lake. So when you're done, you can just take everything apart and put it back in your box. This has a release on it. I didn't buy this with the Guerrilla Painter. Those are quite expensive. This one was This one I use with my camera, and this is one that I had for my camera, but it fits, so I use that for both. So if you're just carrying this and you have everything you need in here and you just want to carry this, you don't have to put it in the box if you don't want to. And you can clip these to the outside there if you wanted to. Now I may end up painting these or trying to take the stickers off one. I don't think you can take the stickers off of that, but you could paint that if you don't want it to look like that. But so you can just carry this wherever you want to go. But when you get back to the car or whatever, put it inside here, and then everything else fits in there. Everything that I brought today, which I won't need all this stuff, I just brought this out to show you, but everything fits back in the box. So you have all your painting essentials inside this plastic box. And I'm not going to put these little cups in there because I'm not using them today. If there might be room. Yeah, there actually is room. So, and you can just carry this wherever you need to go. You will have to pack your tripod separately, which, you know, if you don't want to take a tripod, you can just, if you're going to the lake or to the beach or wherever you're going, you can just carry that in your hand and use that on your lap. So, or set it on a little table, whatever you have. So I hope these ideas helped you, and I hope you'll get out there and experience the joys of painting outdoors. With that, I bid you farewell, and I hope you have a great day and happy painting.